Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Legends of Aria. Today I have no fucking clue what I'm going to be doing. That's what's up tonight, Mendo. No fucking clue. Actually, I was thinking about doing just a little bit of fishing, and then maybe going to getting some of these fishing maps. I haven't done fishing maps in a little while, and I got the itch to go fish some up. So I'm adjusting my volume here in the sound or music. Super touchy. Alright, there we go. So I had a crazy day at work. It sucks when email goes down. Like you get 4,000 phone calls in one day. I mean, that's what it felt like. But I basically spent 8 hours answering phone calls today because email was down. And my brain feels like it's mush. So I decided, look at that, the green Fostis can. That looks kind of cool. It's almost like that stealth technology. Anyway, cheers, everyone. Alright, so I think one of the neat things is... What? Interrupted? You're not allowed to use that bindstone? Whoa, did you see that? Now it's working. No, come on. Did you move your bindstone, Mendo? What the... Okay. Well, that's really strange. So I was bound at my friend's location in Blightwood. Now, for some reason, I can't recall there. So what I was going to do is go there and just do a little bit of fishing. I was going to do one round of fishing. Here's the derps. Derp. So I'm going to go do one round of fishing somewhere. Maybe I'll try just fishing next to my house and see what happens. And then I'll bank up the maps in my house and then jump on with my lockpicker. We'll go get some... I have a few rum-stained maps. We'll see if I can get some shell-encrusted maps going on. Man, it's so weird that I can't use this Hearthstone. I'll try one more time, but I don't know why it's not working. Unless my buddy moved his place. Not allowed to use that bindstone. Why not? So weird. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish out a spot of fish, and then I'm going to try doing maps, which is basically fishing as fast as possible. See if I can get any maps going on here. Just kind of chill out, relax before I figure out what I'm going to be doing today. This character is pretty much my crafter. He's a full-on crafter, so has barely any skills to defend himself, so I pretty much do suicide missions when I go mining, etc. Like, I really don't think having like one mining skill and then the rest fighting skills is going to help you versus like 3 people attacking you in a mine. I mean, even if you didn't have mining and you were set up for PvP, you can't really defend 3 versus 1. So, in my opinion, there's no real reason to have any defensive skills on your mining character or whatever. You might as well just take the risk, and if you die, you die, and if you make it, you make it. So it's worked out pretty well. I've gone and done like cobalt runs. Morbius man, how you doing? I'm drinking my invisible beer. It's the green beer and the green screen. Haha, Morbus. Yeah, I'm just relaxing. I'm going to do some fishing here. I'm going to do 1 round of fishing, which means I'm going to fish up this location till there's no more fish, and then I'm just going to fish repeatedly while there's no fish to see if I can pull in any maps. After that, I'm probably going to go see if I can dig up a few maps. Hopefully get something that I haven't got yet before. I kind of feel a little discouraged because I feel like the rare stuff's almost too rare. And the other stuff's almost too common. So there's 1 painting that I don't have. Actually, there's 2 paintings that I don't have, and I'm not actually sure how to get both of them. But I am aware of that. I think one of them drops from the fishing maps. So Morbius, what server do you play on? Early backers, haven't got around to playing since last year. Nice. Well, are you starting? Or are you playing on a server? Yeah, so this is the green and gold can. Oh, you don't even remember. I'm going to be completely honest. I am feeling a lack of end game, and I admit I have 4 characters. I've played them quite a bit. Most of them are almost maxed out. I've had a ton of fun. I've played 2 to 3 hours every day since launch. So, that all being said, I wish there was more content. But I also wish they would fix a lot of their underlying issues that are still kind of plaguing me with the game. And you really can't have both. So what would be really neat, so they're going to do a patch every 2 weeks. Last patch was on the 28th. So it means their next update or patch is going to be the 14th. So I look forward to see what they're going to say and do on the 14th. First day of spring is the 20th. So if they keep with their schedule, I'm assuming the 28th would be the Steam launch / Frozen Tundra expansion if they were to stay on semi sort of track. But I might be expecting too much. Yeah, so Morbus, I forgot what it was like back in the day, so I had to actually watch some videos. And you know that little like tube that you teleport through when you enter the game and there's all those flashy colors? I hated that tube, and guess what? They removed it. I forgot how much I hated that thing. Oh, here's the other cool thing. Look at this. Oh, what? What? I can move my health bar wherever I want to. Put it right down there. What? So that was one of the biggest complaints of a lot of my friends, is not being able to move your own health bar. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, the old Doctor Who intro. You know, it was cool the first few times, and then it really got to you. Especially when they had that bug where you got stuck in the loading tunnel. And all it was like loading tunnel, loading tunnel, loading tunnel, loading tunnel. So I've tried, Morbus, to get back into SotA. Unfortunately, I have zero desire to play that game. And the main reason is because, one, I have no friends that want to play that game with me. And two, when I play it, I feel like all I'm doing is doing loading screens. It's just one big giant loading screen simulator, and then you really feel like you're in these little tiny boxes when you're playing the game, like little tiny zones, little tiny boxes. The combat system is still a little strange with the card system. And man, I so want to love SotA. I so do, so bad. I want to love it. And as Marky Dragon said, really, which he made a really good point, is there's no risk versus reward in Shrouds of the Avatar, and so therefore it's not compelling to play. And within Legends of Aria, there's some adjustments that need to be made. We can all admit that. But the risk versus reward is here, and it feels good. Like if I go out and I'm risking good gear and I get a good reward, it feels neat. If I go out and I put on the bare minimum and I get rewarded, it feels kind of neat. But guess what? A lot of times you're not able to survive with the bare minimum. So I've been gearing up fairly decently and going out, and have been getting PK'd. And it's not like the worst thing ever, because I can just go back and pretty much just re-gear up. But it is a little discouraging, and you do need to have those discouraging times in a game. I mean, especially a sandbox. So a sandbox to me is very similar to real life. Some days you have really shitty days, and then other days are just fucking awesome. And without having that ebb and flow within the sandbox game, takes away from a lot of what sandbox makes it a sandbox. So but I've been watching my buddy stream, My Slaroni. I've been watching him stream and play Avatar, and when I watch him play, it looks fun. Yeah, DayZ is Morbus forever gone in my book. I really wish... I mean, I played the DayZ mod for, I don't know, it felt like a year straight. And then when they were going to do the official DayZ, I didn't really get into it, because to me it just wasn't the same. I currently still have Elite Dangerous. I have not checked out the newest patch where they've done the mining update, and I've been thinking about really going back to it. So Elite Dangerous, to me, I love Elite Dangerous. My problem with Elite Dangerous is that it feels like a single player game in an MMO. And that is also one of the benefits of that game. So, you know, I don't really know what to say. It's like my love-hate for Elite Dangerous. Alright, so I did get a map, looks like. Oh, a shell encrusted, boys! Where does it go? Denier. Alright, so I got a shell encrusted to get. That's neat. Man, I hate my push to talk is caps, and I hate talking in caps. It just seems stupid. I feel disabled when I try to talk in caps. So I'm on the Azure Sky server. So the benefit of fishing where there's no fish is that you can still get maps. And you can fish faster because it tells you there's no fish. So it's a very strange mechanic within this game, and it really seems like to me it determines whether you get a fish or a map before you even start reeling. And when it tells me there's no fish nearby, it basically determined that I was going to catch a fish. Dula, what's up, my friend? Cheers, Dula. Super good to see you, man. Oh, chilling before work. Nice. So yeah, it looks like the only one that's currently playing Legends of Aria is Dyer from KOT. So oh, nice. Yeah, Dula, so there's going to be a wipe, man. Did you see that? There's going to be an official wipe. They're redoing the servers and everything like that. I should probably reach out to Oxel and ask him what server he's playing on and see if I can join him. Because I've definitely wanted to try out Atlas, but it's so early access, I've not wanted to play because of that reason. And then the other reason I don't want to play Atlas is I have a shitty graphics card, which is an NVIDIA 960. And I'm saving all my shekels, or my, what do you call them? Saving all my shekels. I'm saving all my seashells basically. And I'm going to save up for a new graphics card here eventually. So once I get something better than my 960. I think I'll be able to enjoy the game. Yeah, so Dula, here's the problem with me. It runs okay on my 960, but the graphics look so blurry it gives me a headache. When did they announce wipe? Okay, let me find that information. Let me find that information because now I'll be talking shit if it's not true. Let me see where I find that information. Okay, so I go to Sandboxer News a lot. Worm Online addresses server lag. What? They're going to finally admit they have server lag? Okay, so this is, says, if you go to sandboxer.org, Pryx. It says Atlas signals an official, or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say official. I'm a little drunk. Atlas signals an incoming. Oh no, I did say an incoming official server wipe along with major milestone update. So go to sandboxer.org and you can read the article. Yeah, definitely wipe is good. And I think when I read the article, oh look, I got another map. Ooh, rum stained. So when I read the article, I believe one of the reasons why they were wiping is because they're redoing the map. So one of the things I hate about Atlas is there's like 5 different islands and they cut and paste and rotate them. I mean, how lazy could you be? I mean, that's like the laziest thing ever. And the thing for me about an MMO map is the multiplayer online map is something you stare at. Hey, what's up, Fluter? So you stare at the map and it inspires creativity and exploration. So if you look at this map, I don't have all the maps unlocked, but this is the Frozen Tundra expansion that's coming out, and then this is the expansion after it, which I think is called the Badlands? It's called the Outlands, I think, is what it's called. Anyway, this map here inspires imagination and it inspires exploration. It has a feeling of home and location. And when Atlas launched their map, I almost thought it was a joke. Up to the Smoke Tour? What's up with that? Yeah, so Worlds Adrift did a good job because they have a map editor and they took player-created islands. Yeah. Pryx, we're mainly referring to Atlas requiring such a good graphics card, but Legends of Aria definitely needs some major improvements in. I feel like there seems to be memory leaks still when you're underneath trees, and the game seems to run very poorly on low-end machines, even with the lowest setting possible. So I believe there is some optimization they said is coming for Legends of Aria. I believe they hired some new Unity guru guy that's going to do some optimizations, and so I look forward to those optimizations happening. They did do some last update, but in my opinion, it wasn't. They still need a little bit to go. The rum-stained map is in the hole. So I'm playing on the Azure Sky server. Later, Dula. It's always glad for you to come in and say hi. I miss hanging out with you. See you next time. So it looks like there's fish back. So I got both those maps when there was no fish. What is he? Is he doing that on purpose? That's not cool. That's not going to kill that dude. Oh, no, no. No Aria wipe. So I'm talking about Atlas. So Aria is not going to wipe. So Atlas is that pirate game that launched on Steam that is a modification of Ark Survival that had a lot of controversy at the beginning. And they're basically going to be in early access for, I believe they stated, a full year. And so the two reasons I'm staying away from it is it's kind of shitty with my graphics card. The map sucks really bad. And the game sucks really bad at the moment. I don't see that as being the future of the game, but currently that's the way I see it. So I would probably play on a private server and not on an official server because I don't feel like playing 24/7 because it's got the same mechanic as Rust where you fall asleep when you log out. And when that happens, you wake up dead. So I think someday Atlas will be really sweet. I really believe it will be. With the new graphics card. And with some fixes. I mean, the way they boasted it, 40,000 players, EVE Online, to me that just made me want to play it. You say those three words, or I mean, you just say it's very similar to EVE Online. So what I think would be really sweet is if they had an Aria server that was similar to EVE Online, meaning one character can be training at a time, any character can do every skill in the game, and it's all time-based. And to me, what that happens in a system like that, in a skill system like, so Aria's content is 80% skill gain. That's what you do. You get on to get skill. So 80% of the content is skill gain. 20%, the remaining content is collecting your books for PvPing and PvPing. So it's like you spend a lot of your time leveling, and that is the content of Aria. And so games that are like EVE Online, where it is a time-based skill system, what you do when you log in is you actually play the game instead of trying to gain skill, which is disguised as content. So one of the things that has kept me interested in Aria is gaining skill, because that is the content of the game. So I think it would be really interesting to have a very similar style EVE Online skill system integrated into an Aria game system. And so people that want to dedicate to crafting would actually have to dedicate to themselves to crafting. And people that wanted to dedicate themselves to whatever specific role in the game would really have to dedicate themselves to that specific role. And yes, you can be everything in the game. And yes, it takes you what? I think EVE Online was that 20 years to get maxed out character. And I think when you create a system like that, what that creates is you can spend time creating content for all different skill levels and having that content be something that you log in and do and engage and play the game and actually enjoy the game instead of disguising skill gain as content. And that to me was the big dilemma of Ultima Online, and now again is the big dilemma of Aria, is that I don't want skill gain to be content. Unfortunately it is. And when they remove skill gain as content, what that allows you to do is to spend time doing the things that you would want to do to make content. And a good example of that is guild politics. Who wants to spend time doing guild politics when they could go out and be gaining skill? Well, the answer is if you are gaining skill while you're doing guild politics, you would be engaged in guild politics. And so to me, that is one of the best designs of EVE Online, is that creation of lifetime-based skill gain with tons and tons of content for your character to choose to do. Hopefully someday Aria will be in that position, but based on the skill system, I always feel like a large portion of Aria's content is going to be skill gain. Ooh, treasure map. Rum-stained. Denier. So I got 2 for Denier. That's interesting. Okay, so there's no fish in the area. It's time to, once again, once I'm done fishing here, this second round. So this, I call this the second round because once you run out of fish, you're able to like power fish the area for maps. And once this round's done, I'll start going and trying to get these maps. Have I tried heat? That doesn't sound familiar at all, Marcus. So no fish nearby allows me to fish, 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 fish. So I think there's these little long lag spikes, so I was trying to put that fish down, it wouldn't let me until the server caught up to itself, and those must be saves. Western MMO RPG Early Access on Steam. You know what? I don't have Steam loaded. Yeah, so Pyrex, the updater, once you update it once, it actually goes a lot quicker. It used to take a lot longer. It used to check every single file every single time. Now I believe it checks one file, determine what needs to be updated, and then updates after that. So, ooh, treasure map. Shell encrusted. Where can buy bricks and boards, iron, and VE? So, Fluter, what I would do is I'd go to the banks and see if they're populated. And just kind of ask at the bank. Just be like, wanting to buy bricks, boards, iron. And then you could even list your price. That would probably be the best way to either acquire those items, or you're going to have to run around and just kind of look at every vendor. The game takes place in the 1890s, huh? Look at that, 4 maps right next to the house, Mendo. I don't, like... Oh, okay. So, Mendo says... But he's on the VE server, Mendo. So he's on Verdant Earth. So unfortunately, he's not on our server. So that won't help him. Yeah. So I'm gonna go pick some maps, Mendo, if you want to join me here after I catch some more fish. I'm gonna run back to my house. Hey, did you move your bindstone, Mendo? Because I can't recall to the stabbing cabin. Oh, look at that. The I'm reeling forever bug. Yeah, cranking it. Cranking it. Oh, so somebody else owns it now and that's why? Okay. Yeah, so Marcus, I mean, I've really thought about making my own Aria server and making it time-based skill progressions, very similar to EVE Online, but I'm not smart enough to do that. So the EVE Online skill progression eliminates a lot of things, in my opinion. It eliminates the race to the end. So at the beginning, there are a lot of people who are racing to the end. You got to get GM first, server first, GM first. So it eliminates the race. And a lot of people like that race, but I hate the race, and I don't like that as considered content. So the EVE Online skill game eliminates the race. It also eliminates the need for skill gain being content, which requires them to add content for all skills. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to make my way back out there again at some point, Mendo. But not right now. I always go to the store and buy one beer, and then when it's almost gone, I'm very upset that I should have bought 2 beers. Major life dilemma. I like punishing games. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, I'm a fool. I always just buy 1 beer. But maybe that's smart. Because I know I'll just drink them all. And that was delicious. Got some really nice red wine. Maybe I could follow up my beer with some red wine. Probably not a good idea. Alright, so I've been a map. There it is, boys. A tattered SOS. Lame. So in 40 minutes, I've gained 5 maps. How do you make a pack horse? So you have to buy a horse or have a horse, and then you buy the pack to go on the horse. You double click the pack and target the horse. So Anpan Avalon, I will show you what these maps are for, but I can describe them. These are treasure maps. And you have to go fish up the sunken treasure chest. And then with lock picking, you can lock pick them open. Okay, so there's fish back again. I did 2 fishing runs. So in about 40 minutes of fishing, I got about 5 maps. One of them, in my opinion, is not even worth doing. Guy's door's open. Alright, so this is the hard part. Well, throwing that one on the ground because I don't want to even do it. So brushwoods. So I try to map up all my, or match all my maps here. Does that one say Denier? That's Lake Denier. That says Denier. I got 2 maps for Denier. Server save. Oh no, this won't take anymore. Shit. I have a problem with storage. So, there is much difference between the servers. Of course, there's a Euro server, and then there's the Azure Sky server and the Veridon Earth server. So, the main difference between the Veridon Earth and Azure Sky is the population. It seems that Azure Sky is more populated than Veridon Earth. And that can be either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you see it. Alright, so these are all the maps that I have that are in different areas of the world. God damn it, there's not enough space! I really wish my house had one more goddamn chest. Just one more. Oh, the hole. I got a rum stained and a rum stained. I got 2 maps for the hole. So Fluter, this specific house can only put 3 chests down. So I do recommend getting a house that has more than 3. When I first got this house, I didn't even look to see how many secure lockdowns it could have. So the smallest one I think is just 2, which is the shack. So yeah, having 3 really sucks. So Fluter, if you go to the wiki, the housing wiki for Legends of Aria, so search for Legends of Aria housing, it'll take you to the housing wiki. It'll give you a breakdown of all the houses and how many. It says on the little chart, it says SC for secure containers. So depending on what you get, it'll show you your secure container amount. 3 is not enough for me, especially with having a vendor outside. So I have a lot of backstock stuff for my vendor. So this is just full of jewelry because I have a jewelry vendor who concentrates to solely selling jewelry. I got so much jewelry, it's coming out of my ears, and I have no place to store it besides just throwing it all on my vendor and putting it up for sale, which is super tedious, but I'm going to have to take some time and do that. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to my character who is the lockpicker now. Lonely Girl, you know what? It doesn't take a long time to learn, but it really depends on what you plan on doing. So to learn the whole aspect of the game, it does take a while because there is so many different types of skills to have and use and in combination of. So it's more like an adventure to learn the game, and that's what one of the things that I've enjoyed is that playing the game, I feel like I am slowly progressing and slowly learning how to play the game. And I have 4 different characters that specialize in 4 different things. And so eventually you get to the point where you do learn the game, you make new characters to be able to accomplish things that you want to do within the game. And that's part of the fun, is the complexity of the game. And it is in early access still, so there's a lot of things that you need to do, or they need to do to the game still to flesh out all the details, but it is still pretty advanced in the things that you need to learn to be able to play. But it's not hard, and it's more of a fun adventure. And so if you are interested in, you can also support the channel by checking out my affiliate link. If you type !LOA in Twitch chat, it'll bring up the link to my affiliate store, which is the Marquee Dragon store. We are still selling the Founders Packs and game access. You can use my code CGTV as the coupon on checkout. You get a small discount, I get a little bit of commission, and we both win. So if you're interested in purchasing the game, please check me out and please support the channel. So switching up characters to my archer, or my lockpicker. And so one of the neat things about these fishing maps is you don't need fishing to actually get the treasure chest once you get the chest, or once you find the map. So even with 0 fishing, I'm still able to fish up these treasure chests, but it does require high-end lockpicking to get in. So I think the Rumstain maps require, I think, 55.1 lockpicking to get into, and I think the Shell Encrusted do require 70.1 lockpicking to get into. So this character is my warrior tank / lockpicker. He's also my dungeon explorer. I used to do lots of dungeon exploring with this character with his lockpicking skill, but this is my most advanced character that I have. He's a 508 GM with 83.1 lockpicking. Nothing in the game requires 83.1 lockpicking at this time, but eventually it may be required, and so therefore that's why I'm still progressing it and still working on it. Alright, so I'm going to do some of these treasure maps right now, which is a fishing treasure map. And so you can get some pretty neat things from these treasure maps. So the carpets that you've seen here on the floor, these paintings, I've gotten all from doing fishing treasure maps. And so there are rarities, so there's specific rare paintings that I have not got yet, and items that I think that still exist within the loot table of the treasure maps, but I haven't really got them. So let's see what we got here. We got 2 Shell Encrusted, which is the highest end map. We have a Denier map, and we have the Brushwoods map. So we have 2 items for the Brushwoods, and I actually might just go do these real quick, because the Shell Encrusted one is the highest end map, so I can, theoretically get the highest juicy stuff out of them. So I'll probably work on Brushwood, and then I want to eliminate some of these. I got a big stack for Denier, so I may go try do some Denier. I have 2 for the hole. I know exactly where the hole is located. And I have 2 for Lake Petra, which are just, I believe, a Rumstain and a Weathered. And I'm familiar with that location. So probably spend the next hour probably trying to loot up maps. Spent the first 52 minutes doing some fishing and just chatting it up in chat. So looks like I'm all set to go do a few of these. I'm going to go AFK, use the bathroom, probably grab something more to drink, and then be right back and continue on this adventure. So I'll be right back. All right. There's some really tiny writing on this map. I wish you could zoom in even further. So with the rare items within this game that you get out of, I believe, the treasure maps and the furniture crates and the artifact crates that you get off special mobs, from what I understand, they have seasons or loot seasons, and those loot seasons change. And I don't know if the seasons come back. But from my understanding, that items may or may not come back within the loot season, which creates artifacts and rarity items. And so that's kind of like one of the neat things about this game is the rare item collector or the artifact collector. And a lot of it has to do with, you know, decorating your house and showing off how cool your house looks. And so with my house, I've basically over time have just decorated as I've found items, which is kind of a neat progression to see where the house started from and where it's came. And it seems kind of like a natural flow to the house the way I have it decorated because of time spent doing it over time rather than just trying to do it all at once. Game seems a little glitchy today and moving between areas. So I think you can, Fluter. They have to be inside your house though to be considered secure. So yeah, it will not let me lock down any more containers, whether they're secure or not, it seems like. I don't know what the deal is, but I would recommend getting some chests just because they're bigger. They're a lot easier to manage, and etc. Rich, what's up, man? Thanks for the host, buddy. Much appreciated. How's your Factorio? I didn't think that game had combat. I thought it was just all building factories and you're fighting... Were you fighting spiders or something? Oh, fighting bugs. So one of the games I keep threatening to play on Steam, and I think I told you about it, it's that Battle Royale game with a bunch of mages called Spellbreak. I kind of had fun playing it. I'm not a very Battle Royale person, but I am a big mages dropping fucking awesome spell combination kind of play. So you should go apply for the beta, bro. I have the link on my Discord. I can give it to you. It's a referral link, bro. Oh, so you felt the game was a little buggy? I kind of felt like that too. Like it didn't have the smooth flow like I was expecting. But I think they're working on that. How much they sell chests for usually around? You got yours at a shop? No, so I crafted my own. I made my own crafter, fluter. But they shouldn't be that expensive. Like maybe 5 to 10 silver, I think, for a chest. Alright, so I'm in the location where these maps exist. Let me see where they're at. So you got to study the map, and it tells you it's to the east. So I got to go this way. I bet you it's right next to this bridge. It's always like right here next to this bridge. Or down the hill. We'll just check right here first. Sunken treasures to the south. Wow. Okay, and this one says... Okay, so south. These goddamn fucking spiders. Look how many goddamn spiders there are. Okay, so I don't want to be in spearwood. I want to be in brushwood. So maybe it's like right here? Yeah, treasure nearby. Best way to make early silver. I found the best way to make early silver is to kill bandits and get the find the bandit camps. And if you kill the bandit that has the bandit key, then you can open up the bandit chest. And so between the two bandits you kill plus the bandit chest, you get about 5 to 6 silver. Plus you get a stack of reagents and some other things within that chest. One of the best early places that I found to hunt for bandits was in that little town near Trinit. It's really quiet there, not very many people go, and there's quite a few bandits and bandit camps in the forest northeast of Trinit, up in that area. Alright, so was that was the rum stain. So this is the rum stained map. Finally got it open. Ooh, I got an item. A portrait of a man with eyes. So I did get a painting, and unfortunately I do already have that painting. So I'm not like, oh my god, it's a new painting. And I dropped a tattered SOS. Not very exciting. How much money did I get? About 8 silver. Alright, so we're going to do the shell encrusted map. I'm not like super eager to go recall or anything because this painting is like, I got quite a few of them. I'm kind of hoping I get a new painting. Alright, so this looks like this is going to be the good area. Large Wonder, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate the support on the channel. Zamper, what's going on, man? All right, let's see where it says this map is. Oh, it's nearby. I'm a good guesser. All right, so this is the shell encrusted map. So this is the best map you can get currently fishing. Take care of this spider. I'm doing well, Zamper. Chilling, relaxing, drinking some beer, and I'm drinking some red wine. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm just sipping on it, though. It's some really, really good red wine. Okay, why can't I fish here? What's the dealio? Got to cast further. There we go. Okay, so this is the shell encrusted map. This takes 70.1 skill to open. Hopefully I'll get something interesting. Or maybe a skill gain in lockpicking. Yay, skill gain. So Bonestock, Azure Sky is the most populated server. I would not be able to say if it has the most griefing or the most reds. Oh, and I didn't get a house item, but I did get a +5 wisdom necklace. I got 24 silver. A heal potion. And some reagents. That was very uneventful. Throw that on the ground too. And that on the ground. Oh, a weathered map. Yulon's Bluff. Okay. So Zamper666, there may be a PvE only server, but it's going to be one of the unofficials. So if you go to the unofficial server list, there may be a PvE only. To be completely honest, I think you would be missing out on a lot of content because the game is not really designed around PvE, and there is lots of lacking PvE stuff to do. And so part of the fun for me is having that danger of reds and being killed. Some days you have good days. Some days you have bad days. So that was the Man with Eyes, which is this painting right here. Zamper, nice, dude. So here's my thoughts on tamers. I have a tamer. My tamer's about 96. Wyverns are too fucking OP. And that's the only reason to be a tamer is to have a wyvern. And so you grind your fucking ass off until you can play with a wyvern. So if it was up to me, what I would do with taming is I would give each beast that you can tame, I would balance them more, and I would give them a prestige ability. So, for example, I would give the Dire Bear charge and balance it accordingly. And so there wouldn't be the best taming option and the only taming option. There would be options and varieties and builds to choose different animals that would allow you to excel in different facets of the game. And currently right now, wyverns are fucking just too OP, and everybody should just roll a wyvern and run around and PvE with it, because that's the best way to kill shit, is with a wyvern. So I would not mind that they nerf my wyvern to some degree, but then provide different prestige abilities and things to use within. So like wyverns should still have their breath weapon. So when you tame a wyvern, they lose their spellcasting ability and they lose their breath weapon. When you tame an emperor scorpion, it loses its ability to poison. So it almost like defeats the purpose of taming things. So if they left those abilities in and maybe gave them prestige abilities on top of that, and then also allowed you to very similar train animals or pets, very similar to Ultima Online, then I think the taming would be fleshed out in a specific way. Every skill in the game needs love like that, needs work, needs to be fleshed out, needs to be balanced. So, not just taming. +5 necklace, though. That's pretty juicy. Oh my god, my inventory is so full of shit. I need to manage my inventory really, really bad. I keep procrastinating. Yeah, Bone Stock. So what server do you play on, and like what character are you playing? Alright, so let's do... Oops, what am I looking in? Let's do the whole. Sounds kind of nasty, but that's what I'm going to go do. So I got Yolan's Bluff. Do I got any other Yolan or Bluffers? This is like the most intense game of memory ever. You got to remember your little stacks and where you put them. Okay, so I don't. You're taming. So taming, here's options. So taming... taming goes really well with archery if you want to be more of a PvPer. It also goes well with magery. So my tamer is a straight up mage tamer, and I'm going with 50 channeling and 50 magic affinity for my 6th skill. So that works. Those are the two builds I've heard of people doing. I'm sure you could do a warrior tamer, but I've never heard of that type of build or how well it works. Pretty much being a mage tamer or an archer tamer, you do have to skip the armor skill. So you don't get armor skills. So you get the 3 combat skills, you get the 3 taming skills, and you have to skip armor. So, Anpin, I started out with my tamer as a mage tamer, and I used Manifestation Heal until I was able to cast Greater Heal to keep my pets alive. And now a lot of people tell me, oh, you should have done healing and you should have done animal lore because it gives you bonuses and you can heal for up to 250 points with one bandage. And I say, well, that's great, but my Greater Heal does 150 and I can get off 3 or 4 Greater Heals by the time you can do one bandage. So the only limiting factor with being that style is your mana. But if you take and keep mana potions with you, then if you're in that oh shit moment, you can drink potions and get off some good heals. So, and then the other benefit of using Greater Heal to heal your pet is that you don't have to stand right next to it. You can Greater Heal your pet from a distance, and there should be no issues. Okay, I gotta bank my monies. That's what I came here for. Also, maybe I could get a skill gain. So back here in the back of the banks, it seems like every bank. What do I got in here? Oh, evasion, portrait of a man with eyes. So this chest behind the bank here requires 70.1 skill. So very similar to the chests that I'm getting with the shell encrusted. I didn't get any skill. Oh, not worth taking. And 32 copper. Alright, I'm off to the hole. So, if people do not know where the hole is, it's not listed on the map. And it's a secret location. And I will sell you the coordinates for 20 gold pieces. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, Rich knows where the hole is. No, that works, Bone. So the other thing too is you can you can talk to any NPC. Not any NPC, but the specific NPCs will train you up to 30. So you can go talk to an NPC and have him train you to 30 skill. So I think you can go talk to the rogue trainer and he'll train you to 30 archery. I'm not sure who trains healing, but the vigor skill should be the warrior, and you can get up to 30 by spending 3 silver in vigor as well. So you do channeling at 50, evocation 100, magic affinity 50, manifestation 100. And then that works with the taming build. So that would be 300 points, and then taming requires 100 beast mastery, 100 lore, 100 taming. And that is the current build my tamer has, except for I'm not maxed out. Oh, where you buy the bandages, that guy does the healing. So yeah, the trader where you buy the bandages. So I think if you go out and use the sign in front of your house, there's a decorate tool, and you can lock and unlock / pack. And if you unlock and pack an item, it turns it into the little crate that it was and puts it in your inventory. Alright, I'm almost to the hole. It's the secret fishing hole. Hey, what's up? So blue ornate rug is worth something and shackles are worth something. Yeah, those are the rare items you get during this season of loot. Was that the... Okay, this is the shell and... Oh, wait. I couldn't tell what this one was. I forgot which ones I brought. I thought I brought a weathered and a rum-stained. Oh, a round pillow. Aww. A weathered map, 2 weathered maps, and a round pillow. Greater heel scroll. So shackles, I don't know. I've found 2 of those in my entire dungeon career, and dungeon loot chests are super nerfed right now. So all the dungeon chest loot is going way up in price. I would not be able to price them for you, like the shackles and stuff like that, because I'm just kind of out of the loop. But I know that they're extra rare now, because the fact that the dungeon chests have been nerfed extremely hard. Until they're fixed, who knows how easy it would be. Looks like somebody's fishing right next to me. That's weird. So, you know, who knows how hard it would be to get the item. So the certain things I've gotten out of dungeon chests are the shackles, the cage, the torture chamber. Oh, this chest was weak. The guillotine tapestry and shackles. I think those are the things I've gotten out of those boxes. But again, those boxes are a lot more rare now. I got 15 minutes. Jeez. I'll run my ass home. Okay, so the hole is... The hole is you follow the road north of Eldir, and it is this right here, which looks like... I thought I was getting killed. Okay, anyway. Which looks like a plateau, but is actually a lake. So that right there is not a plateau. It is actually a fishing pond, and it is called the Hole. So yeah, it's north of Eldir. The thing that looks like a plateau is not a plateau, and it is actually a pond. Ooh, brushwoods. Derp.
What?
Every time I run by the derp market, I say derp, and he finally chased me down this time.
What did he say this time? Did I just run by you?
He's like, I caught you this time.
I just ran by you, didn't I? I'm running back. I was gonna try to run something to my vendor, but
Want to make our horses fight in the arena?
who is?
A 5 silver bet. Michio Kepler, how you doing? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna run my gay horse around. Derp, 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 derp. Oh, Ethanol, thank you for the raid, buddy. Much appreciated. Micho, thanks for the follow. So unfortunately, I'm actually about to end my stream. I've been streaming for about almost 2 hours or something. And just got called for dinner. So I'm probably going to end my stream here. But much appreciate the raid and the followage. And I'll be back and be playing, but I won't be streaming. I try to keep my streams kind of short and sweet. Alright folks, so this is where I'm going to end my stream, unfortunately. I've been streaming for almost about 2 hours. Did some fishing, did some map hunting, collected some items. Bone Stock, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. If I place a chest over a table, it says, for me, not a valid location. How do people do it? Okay, so what you do is you decorate. So use your sign, and then decorate tool. And then decorate, and then you choose your chest, and then you can make it go up or down. Alright guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks for chatting up. That totally supports my channel. I love interacting with the community, and that's the main reason why I do streaming. So do appreciate everyone chatting it up today and hanging out with me while I play. On Twitch, I do have my channel, so I do stream, I think, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. around the same-ish times or whatever. And also, check the links below my stream. My affiliate store still has founder packs and game access. You can use my code CGTV, get a small discount, help support the channel. There's also a donation link, a gear store, and just following or just being here is all that I really ask for. So much appreciated. You guys are awesome. And as always, keep on gaming, and we'll see you next time.